Let me start off by asking a very difficult question. Who is the captain of the Indian cricket team? So this is Rohit Sharma, right? So he is the captain of the Indian cricket team? So this is not Rohit Sharma? Okay. So what is his name? Right. So we are aware of the difference between Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma as far as their features are concerned or their achievements as a cricketer. Now let me ask you guys a very simple question. Who is the fastest runner in India right now? Are we aware of it? It's okay. Let me ask you another question. Who is the highest ranked badminton player right now? The male badminton player. So we do not have answers for that as well. So the person we are seeing on the left-hand side of the screen is Amlan Borgohain. He is from Assam and he ran 100 meters in 10.25 seconds. The person on the right-hand side of the screen is H.S. Pranoy. He is the only Indian right now in the top 10 world rankings, the global world rankings of badminton. I am here to give you guys a few reality checks, so please bear with me. I am Shuvro Ghoshal, founder of The Bridge, and I, with my team, bridge the gap in Indian sports through media and technology by giving a platform to lesser-known sports and sportspersons. We are all aware, right, that cricket is the most followed sport in the country. As in all of us, we prefer to eat, sleep, and breathe cricket. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Because the sport of cricket in our country enjoys massive viewership and commercial success. Not disputing cricket's popularity, I firmly believe that it's very important to acknowledge and nurture other sports as well. But is it really possible? Do people in our country care about other sports? Let me give you guys an example. I'll take you guys back to 2016. Can we guess where exactly is this picture from? Any guesses, guys? Kashmir. So it's close to Kashmir. This photo is from Leh. It's in Ladakh. And the pond which you can see, it's called Gupuks. So I happened to spend, so this photo, by the way, was clicked sometime in the month of March. I spent some 3 months in Ladakh. 3 months prior to clicking this photo, I clicked one more photo. And I'll show you guys that photo right now. So can you guys see any similarity between the first one and the second one? This one and the next one. The mountains are there, which is the Himalayas. You can see a pond is there, and something is there. In the first photo, you can't find anyone, as in there is just a pond. And in the next photo, you can see a few people doing something. So both photos are exactly similar, just clicked 3 months, one in the month of January, the other in the month of March. In Ladakh, during the harsh winters, when temperature falls to minus 25, minus 30 degrees Celsius at night, the water freezes and it turns into a frozen pond. So you can call it a pond or a lake. And that's when a group of people, a group of men, group of women, they train in this ice. And that's the infrastructure we have for the sport of ice hockey. Now, when we hear about ice hockey, we immediately, I'm sure we think about USA, or we think about Canada, or the Scandinavian countries, which has a rich culture of the sport. But India also has this infrastructure, which is natural. So let's be okay with it. Back in 2016, these girls were invited to play a second-tier Asian level competition. And mind you, this is the Indian national team. They were invited to participate in the Challenge Cup of Asia, which was held in Thailand back then. The team needed funds for obvious reasons, as in when you go to some competition to play, you need a lot of money, right? You need the registration fees, you need the equipment cost, you need travel fees, you need accommodation, all of that. So the ask for this team was around 32 lakhs back then. I did a documentary and I started a crowdfunding campaign after that. In a matter of 9 days, I raised 32 lakhs for this group of girls. And after that, this team went on to participate in the Challenge Cup of Asia. The story doesn't end here. So you can see girls on both sides of the screen. So after getting those funds, they went there to participate. They ended up beating Philippines in their first ever match. And that was India's first international ice hockey win, which became viral back then and was picked up by a lot of people. Namely, Justin Trudeau picked that up. And a lot of media outlets, obviously back home in India, as well as the BBC, Al Jazeera, and all the other international media outlets. After that, this team went on to defeat Malaysia soon after a couple of games. But why am I telling you guys this story? It's obviously because of the impact. But who exactly came forward? People like us. Some 9,000 people came forward to raise that money. And people donated as little as 100 rupees, 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees. So people cared for the sport. Or for that matter, cared for, let's say, the Indian national team. Let me tell you guys, similar to how, let's say, we look at the World Cup, right? We look at the Cricket World Cup is kind of how we measure the success of international teams, as in we follow that 4-year cycle, and based on how the team is performing, we kind of say, we have the World Cup as well coming up very soon. I'm equally excited as you guys. I'm really hoping India ends up winning. But similar to Cricket World Cup, the Olympics is considered as the biggest sporting event. And Cricket World, with no offense to cricket, the World Cup doesn't come near Olympics as far as the scale is concerned. It's the biggest sporting spectacle in the world. It happens, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that it happens once in 4 years. And every country in the world, they take the Olympics very, very seriously. And even we also take the games very seriously. But it's important for you guys to understand, and let's compare with a few other countries that where exactly we stand. And after that, we can look at what exactly we can do to improve. So you can look at a country like USA. So the Olympics has been happening for a little over 100 years now. USA, for example, has gone on to win almost 2,000, more than 2,000, 2,600 something medals. We look at a country like Great Britain, UK has ended up winning close to 1,000 medals. We look at China, China has gone on to win more than 500 medals. And when we look at India, we have won a total of 35 medals so far. Having said that, out of those 35, the last 15 medals, the 15 medals has come from the last 3 Olympics. In 2012 at London, we ended up winning 6 medals. In 2016 at Rio, we ended up winning just 2 medals. And in 2020 in Tokyo, we ended up winning 7 medals. I'm sure a lot of you guys followed Tokyo because of Neeraj Chopra. I'm sure you guys know Neeraj Chopra by now. So a total of 15 medals out of 35 medals came in the last 10 years or so. So 35 definitely, I believe, is not a great number as far as our standing is concerned. And if we look at the industry, I think the next question for us immediately would be that why are we not performing? Because there is budget which is allocated every year, right? But apart from that, let me just give you some data points to understand where exactly is the spending going. Last year, in 2022, the total spending in the sports industry was 14,000 crores. It was not 140 crores, it was not 1,400 crores, it was 14,000 crores. And out of those 14,000 crores, 85% went to cricket. 15% was kept for other sports. And not just 15%. Out of this 15%, it included sports like kabaddi, which is not an Olympic sport. It included sports like football, obviously. And it also included marathons. Now, you guys might be shocked that only 15%. But another reality check for you guys. This is the highest we have spent in the last couple of decades. But we have to understand what is the spending which is required for us to actually do well at a global level. I'll compare ourselves with UK. In the year 2016, this data is from 2016, UK ended up winning 67 medals compared to 2 medals, which we won. We did not have a great year, but still we ended up winning 2 medals, so kudos to the athletes. UK, we spent 1/3 of the budget which was kept for UK. But research suggested after the games, in order to win 1 medal, a country should spend, we can take the case of Great Britain here, that Great Britain ended up spending 5.5 million pounds. That will be close to 50 crores. So that is the money and the effort, including everything, infrastructure, is needed to win an Olympic medal. So you understand the value and the importance, obviously the significance of it. Do we think we should do something about it? Or should we just accept and move on? And should we blame someone? Let's think about it for a few seconds. I think we'll have the answer. As in, if we think very deeply, we'll have the answer. That we, all of us, are the culprits. How many channels are giving primetime slots to sports? How many of us in this auditorium follow sports persons? I very firmly believe that in order to make India a global sporting nation, everyone has to come together. It has to be a collective effort. See, Olympics comes once in 4 years. And we need to start celebrating these athletes on a regular basis. Because if we wait for the Olympics, we'll have very few reasons to celebrate. The athletes need support throughout the year. And that is only possible when we start following sports on a regular basis. The change in sports ecosystem has to start with a change in you. We look at, see, India is, we are a country of 1 billion people, right? As in, there is absolutely no reason why we cannot identify and then train and nurture the right talent. As in, after a long, long time, I feel that Indian sports is seeing good days ahead. And it has been starved for that success has been starved. We have been starved of that success for a very long time. The signs definitely look positive. Thank you.